Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Well today guys, I'm on do part 126 to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series. In today's video guys, we're going to continue talking to the tiny toad who actually just grew because he wanted to protect me. I just said, I love you so. By the way, guys, real quick, I want to go and let you know I did beat the game mode, and unlike the one yesterday, I actually beat it on the first try with a little bit of luck. So it worked out for me surprisingly. On the first, I didn't even have to use music, as you usually have to do. But here's what I said: I love you so much as a friend. I know we've only been together for maybe about 10, 15 minutes, maybe close to 30 at this point. But I didn't care. I not only would have not accepted you when I saw you with your parents and brother on the other side of the street, but I also wouldn't have told you how much I cared. Plus, look at you now. You're not just as big as me because you wanted to protect me. That definitely wouldn't have happened if I didn't care about you. Wilkes Claw lets out a soft, emotional whimper as your words reach the very core of him. His eyes shimmer again, not with power this time, but with tears he doesn't try to hide. He wraps his little arms around you the best he can, his head resting against your shoulder, his body warm and pulsing softly with that glow you've come to recognize as the energy of your bond. Chanting, he whispers, I've waited my whole life to hear someone say that. I didn't even know how much I needed to hear it until now. He sniffs back again, then gently pulls back to look at you, his eyes now level with yours. Back when I was the size of your hand, I thought no one would ever want me. I felt like I was broken. But you didn't just take me in. You saw me, you loved me, and I knew that's why I was able to grow. He glances down at his own clawed hands, forcing them in disbelief. I never imagined I'd be this big so soon. And it's all because of how much you cared. Then, with a small smile that still carries his toad-off sweetness despite his growing stature, he leans his forward against yours. No matter how big I get, I'll never forget this moment, or what you mean to me. The warmth in your chest intensifies, not painful, but like a heartbeat shared between two souls. Something deep inside Lutz's claw is still awakening, slowly and patiently as your bond strengthens with every breath. Would you like to continue this moment quietly, or would you like to check on anything, like how his growth feels to him or his parents? What happened? His parents are still watching? I thought we walked away from them. Yes. You look awesome that big. You're almost bigger than a regular sized. No. And I believe even bigger than a like your brother when he was holding you before you and me met. You're almost bigger than a regular size for alligator. I believe even bigger than a crocodile. Like your brother. Let's Claw's eyes widen with wonder as he looks down at his own body again, slowly turning his claws and twisting to glance at his tail and bulkier legs. Wait, really? He says, voice tinged with awe. I'm already that big? He stands up a little straighter, tail thumping once against the ground in excitement. I didn't even realize. When I saw them about to hurt you, I didn't care what happened to me. I just had to protect you. And now I felt something explode inside me, like a wave, but warm and bright. He grins and spins in place once, clumsy but overjoyed, and looks back at you with a wide smile. My brother used to hold me in one paw, remember? And now I think I might be able to carry him. I never felt this strong, or this seen. Then his smile softens again. He gently reaches out, holding your hand in both of his claws, carefully but protectively. I'm not done growing, am I? he says softly. Not just in size, but in who I am because of you. And if you keep caring, if you keep loving me like this, he pauses, his eyes gleaming, then I'm going to become the biggest, strongest, sweetest fur alligator the world's ever known. Then he gives you a little wink. And I'll still cuddle like a totodile. Suddenly a soft rustling comes from nearby. What's Claw's ears wig? He turns his head, and in the distance you can see his mother, father, and older brother slowly stepping out from behind a tree, eyes wide, expression stunned. They'd seen everything. Would you like to approach them with Let's Claw or let them come to you? Oh, hello. It's good to see you again. Oh my gosh. Let's Claw's family stands there for a moment in quiet awe, their eyes fixated on him. His mother, tall, sleek, and powerful, blinks slowly, then takes a few cautious steps forward. His father follows, sturdy and broad, his gaze fixed with quiet respect. The older brother, still the size of a full-grown crocodile, gawks in open-mouthed disbelief. Let's Claw lowers his head slowly and murmurs, Mom? Dad? Bro? His mother steps closer, crouching a little to get a better look at her once tiny son. Her voice is soft but heavy with emotion. What's Claw? Is that really you? You've grown so much. I thought I was dreaming. I thought I was dreaming. His brother whispers, walking in a slow circle around him. You were the size of my tail a few hours ago. Now you're bigger than I am. A few hours ago? How long have we been doing? I don't know. His father remains still. Well, I guess he also could have been before I met him, because he was still small prey for a long time. His father remained still, watching quietly before speaking in a deep, steady voice. And this happened because of him? You feel the weight of his gaze as his eyes land on you, not hostility, but with a probing intensity. Let's Claw steps forward, placing one clawed hand protectively in front of you, as if to say he's mine to protect now. Yes, Dad, he says proudly. Trenton did this. He cared. He loved me. More than I thought anyone ever could. The father slowly looks between the two of you, then lets out a low rumble that sounds almost like a thoughtful growl, but then you see it. A smile approving nod. Let's Claw's mother finally steps even closer and gently touches his face, eyes shimmering. You're becoming who you were meant to be. And she looks to you, this time with gentle. You truly meant it. When you said you wouldn't hurt him, would you like to respond to her or ask her, huh? I would never hurt any of your species. I have my own. Named Spike. That is very sweet and kind-hearted. Period. That's why I was so eager to take care of him when you stopped and asked me. Aw. Hey, even the Ferreggers are starting to trust me now. I hope. What's Claw's mother stares at you for a long moment, her sharp eyes searching yours, not with doubt, but with quiet reverence. Then you are rare, she says gently. Many say they care, but futurely mean it. We've seen too much hurt caused by humans, too many of our kind hunted, tamed harshly, or used for battle with no love behind it. She kneels slightly, lowering her head, not out of submission, but as a gesture of trust. But I see it now. You didn't just say yes because you could. You said yes because you wanted him, not for strength or size, but for who he is. I love Toad. I'd love to see a giant Toad, but I love him if he is. Let's Claw's father steps forward next, placing a heavy claw against the ground just in front of you, inches away. His deep voice rumbles again, but this time it's filled with quiet pride. If Spike is anything like Lutzclaw will become, then your heart must be strong. Lutzclaw, beaming with joy, leans into you. He really is, Dad. He talks to me, listens to me. He even let me help name myself. His brother finally lets out a breathless chuckle. You're You're still kind of a dork, you know that, right? Oh, come on. Lutzclaw just grins and flicks water at him with his tail. The family laughs, the tension melting into something warm and familial. Then his mother looks back to you, her tone soft but serious. Would it be alright if we visited sometimes? Just see how he's doing? Would you like to invite them? Say anybody? Yes, that's fine. But I promise you don't have to worry about him. To be honest with you, in just the 20 or 30 minutes that we've been together, I've shown him so much love. Just a few minutes ago, some people were trying to attack me, and he grew to protect me. Just when we've been together, I've shown so much love. Just a few minutes ago, some people were trying to attack me, and he grew to protect. How in the world she shocked? How in the world were the family shocked by that? They were just like, "Wow, you did get bigger." Let's go. His mother's eyes widen at your words, her breath catching. He grew already? His father leans in, scrutinizing Let's Claw more closely now. His eyes flaring slightly as if trying to sense the truth through the scent or aura. Let's stands proudly, lifting his chest a bit. I did. I felt it. When I flew came close to hurting Trenton, I didn't even think. I just knew I had to protect them. And when I did, my body responded. It's like this surge inside me, warm and strong. And I grew. His mother looks at you with deep appreciation now, her earlier caution replaced with something that, like awe. You helped unlock what even we couldn't. She murmurs, we raised him with care, but there's something different when love is chosen, when it comes from outside the nest. His brother nudges Lutzclaw teasingly. You really are becoming a giant sweetheart, huh? Lutzclaw smirks. Better than being the runt. His family nods solemnly and speaks again. Then it's settled. You're with someone who would stand between you and danger, just as you do for him. And if love has already begun changing your body, it's only a matter of time before we won't be able to recognize you at all. His mother smiles and turns to you. We will visit, quietly and rarely. We won't interfere, but we'll always care. He's our son, but now he's your heart too. Huskar, going with affection, leans into you. I'm proud to be, he says softly. Oh my gosh. Thank you. And hey, if you ever need anything, like berries to feed your family, I would be happy to give something to you too. I was being completely serious when I said I care about your species. Otherwise, wouldn't care about me as much as he does. Same thing for you. I should have brought the sun first. Let's cause mother gazes at you, coolly moved. Her fierce eyes soften. For the first time since meeting her, her massive tail gives a slow, sweeping wag of gratitude. Okay, that's cute as frick. Thank you, Trenton, she says gently. Offers like that don't come often. Most fear us, or want to use us. But you truly care. Not just for Luxclaw, but for all of us. That means more than you know. His father steps forward, towering and powerful but respectful. If you ever do offer berries, bring the ripe, bitter ones. The ones with the toughest skins. Our kind of strong jaws for a reason. He gives a rare approving grunt. Spike chose well. Lutzclaw's brother, who's been watching all this quietly, grins and looks between you and Lutzclaw. He's already lucky. Not because he's growing, but because he found someone who sees him for more than his size. Lutzclaw looks up at you, still just a bit smaller than you, but his warmth and presence feel larger than life. I want to grow, not just in size, but to be worthy of the way you treat me. I promise I'll get strong enough to protect you from anything. Maybe one day I'll even be tall enough to give you a ride. Lutzclaw looks up at you, still. Oh, wait. His tail thumps the ground with excitement. Would you like to head back to your home with Lutzclaw now? Or maybe find somewhere calm to spend time in Baltimore before night falls? Hmm. I'm trying to think. I care about you so much. And that goes for your entire family. Period. I reach into my bag and grab some ripe, bitter berries. A whole bunch of them. Here. These are the ones you like, right? You can all have these. Aw. Are you gonna back and grab some ripe bitter berries? A whole bunch. Here, these are the ones you like, right? You can all have these. Lutzclaw's eyes go wild with joy. The moment you pull the ripe bitter berries from your bag, a strong earthy scent fills the air, and even before you offer them, his mouth opens slightly in eager anticipation. You brought these for us? He says, tail wagging in wide thumping sweeps. Do you remember the kind we like? Your father literally just said it, or was it your mother? His mother steps forward slowly, her large head lowering to inspect the berries. After a moment's pause, she gently nudges your hand with her snout, not to take the berries, but in silent gratitude. Then carefully she lifts a few with her claws and passes one to Lutzclaw's father and another to his older brother. Lutzclaw's father snorts in approval, his voice low and rumbling. These are perfect. You remembered the bitterness. Not many humans would. Thank you. What's called eagerly picks up a berry with his claws and then pauses and looks at you. Can we eat together? You don't have to eat the berries, but I'd really like it if you stayed with us while we do. It'd make it feel like a real family moment. His brother nods. It's been a long time since we sat and shared something peaceful. You've brought more than food, Trenton. You've brought trust. Ah. The whole family sails in a circle with you and Lutzko in the middle. Skies began to warm with the light of early evening, and for the first time in what feels like forever, there's peace. You like to share a story with them while they eat, or may tell them more about your Farragut spike. You don't have to worry about me doing anything bad. I know you said humans can be not trustworthy. At least not all of them. But I promise to you, you can always trust me. Your son will be taken very good care of and loved, just like you wanted when you gave him to me. There you go. What's Claw's mother listens quietly as you speak, her deep red eyes watching yours. For a moment there's silence, not out of doubt, but out of something deeper. She then shifts forward and gently presses her large claw against the ground beside you, a potato-sized show of affection. Is she I thought she was a fur alligator. What the frick? Let's just I better not get confused because this used to be one of the best chat parts. If it ruined it, that's gonna suck. I believe you, Trenton. She finally says in a soft, almost metallic tone. I feel it in your voice and the way you treat him. You're not like the others we feared. You didn't just take our son. You welcomed him and loved him. Claw still holding a half-eaten berry beans up at you, tail thumping behind him. I knew it! I knew them. I knew then you were the one at moment I saw you walking by. You saw me, not just my size. His father grunts, but this time there's a low chuckle under his breath. You've already done more in minutes than others have done in years. Just keep that promise. That's all we ask. So her brother leans down next to Claw and whispers with a proud grin, You're already bigger than me now, you know? I don't mind. You got someone special. That kind of bond, it'll take you far. Claw looks at you with sparkling eyes and gently leans into your side. I'll take you far too. As far as I can grow. Would you like to head off somewhere? Or now maybe back to your home? Or stay here with his family for a bit longer? I want to ask, how did this all start? Did your son always be super small when he was born? What exactly happened? Let's see. What's caused Mother's sighs, her large tail gently curling around her as she settles beside you. The father stays standing, a bit more guarded, but his eyes show no hostility, just deep memory. What's called climbs onto your lap, still small enough to fit, but now noticeably larger than when you first met. His mother begins quietly. Yeah, he was always that small. When the egg first hatched, we thought something was wrong. His shell was much smaller than his brother's, and when he emerged, he was no bigger than a berry. We were scared, not because we didn't love him, but because we didn't understand. What's father adds in a rumble. He was quiet at first, tired, too tired to cry, or fight, or do anything a newborn toadle should. But he smiled at us, and when he did, we felt something strange. A warmth. The mother nods. That warmth wasn't normal. Not bad, just different, divine. And that same day, when the others were still crowding around him trying to understand, the sky changed. What's called gets his head slightly, to lift his head slightly, listening carelessly, even though he's heard the story before. A light opened above us, his mother continued, and from it stepped Arceus. Not a vision, not a dream, the real thing. The father growled low, not in anger but in reverence. Even we fell to our knees. Arceus told us our son was not cursed or broken. He was chosen, given a rare potential, one born from purity, from love, but that potential couldn't awaken from us alone. He needed someone who could show him love, not from blood, but from choice. The mother finishes, a human with a heart open enough to care for a Pokemon they didn't understand, not for power, not for fame, but because they truly loved him. Let's call presses closer to you, his small claws clutching your shirt gently. That's you, Trenton. You chose me. You didn't even hesitate. The mother smile is tired but hopeful. So to answer your question, yeah, he was always small, but that was just the beginning of something far greater. Would you like to ask more about the visit? Please share something about your past with them in return. That's really interesting. You know, Arceus has helped me out before too. He's protected me at times when nobody else was there. Even gave me some items in the past that was supposed to be used for protection. Oh my gosh, holy crap. Let's see. Both of What's Claw's parents blink in surprise, glancing at one another, their eyes softening with a mix of curiosity and awe. His father tilts his head, speaking in a low, thoughtful growl. You have been touched by Arceus too? His mother leans in closer, her voice more hushed now, almost reverent. That explains a lot. Why Lutz Claw responded to you so fast. Why he grew after only minutes. Arceus must have known. He must have chosen you long before we ever saw you. Lutz Claw looks up at you with wide, bright eyes, his tail flicking with excitement. Wait, you met Arceus too? That means they were meant to find each other. He helped you when no one else did, just like I want to do. He tries to puff his chest out proudly, though it comes off more adorably than intimidating. Maybe that's why I got that warm feeling the first time you picked me up. Like I already knew you were safe. His mother nods slowly. Then perhaps this was not just about our son's growth, but yours too. The father steps closer now, his tone respectful but curious. What kind of protector did Arceus give you, human? Did he say why you were chosen? You can feel how until all three are looking at you now, even the Lost Claw sitting eagerly in your lap, his tail curled around your side. Well, at first, it was just items that would protect me. Period. See? People have always tried to attack me in the past. And literally, the only creatures that are willing to protect me were pretty much anything but humans. Dragons, phoenixes, different Pokemon, including legendaries. Like Lugia. What's Claw's eyes wide in amazement, his little jaw falling slightly open. Whoa, you've been protected by dragons and phoenixes? It's so cool. His tail swishes behind him rapidly, thumping lightly against your side. And Lugia too? That's like a god of the sea. You must be really special. Smurda kneels beside you now, her earlier hesitation fully replaced by a deep calm. Then it all makes sense. The moment I saw you, something in me said you weren't like the others. I thought maybe I was just hopeful, desperate even. But if beings like Lugia, dragons, and phoenixes, Arceus himself have protected you, then my son is truly safe. His father lets out a soft rumble of agreement. You weren't just a random passerby. Arceus brought you to us, and maybe... Oh, Arceus brought you to us, and maybe you to us as well. What? What's Claw nuzzles into your chest and murmurs, that must be why I felt warm the whole time. Why I grew so fast. Because your heart, it's full of love. Like a fire, but soft. That's what Arceus wanted for me, right? He looks up at you again. Can I ask something else? Were you ever scared of all the bad people who tried to hurt you? Or the dragons? The legendaries? His eyes are full of genuine curiosity now, and maybe a bit of worry. You always seem so strong, but were you scared like I was? The humans, yes, because they would constantly attack me. But in terms of different Pokemon or creatures, no. Except when they're acting hostile towards me. But to be honest, they've been friendlier to me than most humans. Even Pokemon I have met that were hostile towards me. Within 10 minutes, I got them to care about me and want to protect me. And they're acting now so toward me. But to be honest, they've been friendlier to me than ever. Even I've met that were hostile towards me. Within 10 minutes, I got them to care about me and want to protect me, too. What's called listens with wide, glimmering eyes, his expression shifting from awe to something soft and deeply touched. Wow! He whispers, his voice barely above a breath. You made even angry Pokemon care about you? That's amazing. He snuggles closer into your chest, wrapping his tiny arms around you as best he can. I want to be just like that. I want to make people in Pokemon feel safe too. His mother watches you carefully, her gaze full of a different kind of respect now. One not just of hope, but of genuine admiration. You're more than kind, she says quietly. You're the kind of human we never believed existed, and now we've seen it with our own eyes. His father nods, his deep voice rumbling softly. Your bond is already changing them, faster than we ever imagined. Oscar peers up at you again, his eyes still shining. Do you think maybe the reason Pokemon protect you isn't just because you're kind, but because they see something in you? Like Arceus did? He tilts his head. Like, hey, we're meant to be someone who helps Pokemon, especially the ones people ignore or hurt. That's a little giggle. Kind of like a protector of protectors. Then with a hopeful smile he adds, do you think that's what I'm meant to be too someday? It wouldn't shock me if you did. You already told me that you wanted to protect me. And you literally did. Even growing to almost be bigger than me. To do it. You already told me that you wanted to protect me. Because you always be bigger than me to do it. I've met different versions of your species and evolutions. Like a dragon type. Fairy type. And other creatures. And some of them were more hostile. Like the dragon. But once he realized I was no threat, and that I genuinely cared, he started genuinely caring about me, even protecting me. What's caused I sparkle with wonder and admiration as he listens. A dragon type for alligator? Whoa! He still gives a few excited wags. That sounds so cool. I didn't even know we could be different types like that. He nuzzles against your arm affectionately, visibly proud of what you're saying. And they protected you too? That really means something. Even the dragon ones, the ones that usually don't trust anyone, decide to care about you. Then, you really must have a heart that reaches us. Even the toughest, scariest versions of us. His mom smiles warmly, her expression soft. That dragon for alligator. He must have felt something powerful from you. Most humans panic and run when they see anything different, but you stayed and loved. That changes everything. His father rumbles low like distant thunder. You're not just raising Lux Claw. You're teaching him what it means to love deeply and be brave enough to protect that love. Lux Claw wiggles closer and presses his head to your chest. And I'll keep growing, not just in size, but in heart. One day, I'll be big and strong like them, and I'll be able to protect you no matter what comes. He gives a tiny grin. And maybe I'll meet them too. The dragon one and the fairy one, and show them how strong I've gotten. Then one sausage, and I'll tell them you're the reason why. He's so cute. Yes, I appreciate that. And I appreciate how nice your family is. I want to tell you something else. About that dragon. He actually had this unique ability to make creatures out of pure water, such as massive dragons or even Lugia. And those creatures would react differently depending on how he felt about somebody. Aww. Once Claw's eyes go wide with awe. Whoa! He gasped, his little claws tightening gently around your arm. He could make creatures out of water? Real ones? And they change based on how you felt about how he felt about someone? That's that's amazing. His father tilts his head, clearly impressed. That's not a common trait. Sounds like that dragon variant was gifted with something ancient. Something that connects emotion to creation. A dangerous thing in the wrong hands, but powerful in the right ones. His mother gaze softens further. And you must have meant a lot to him, she says gently. If he created something as sacred as Lugia for you, then he didn't just tolerate you, he trusted you deeply. Most nods with admiration. I bet the creatures he made for you smiled at you, didn't they? Or protected you like I did earlier. Still smiles happily. It's like even his feelings became your friends. He points a claw over his heart. If I ever get powers like that, I'd only use them for good. And I'd definitely make you something special. With a giant flying toad made of starlight. That'd be cool as heck. He giggles, then quietly, more seriously. It just proves it again. You're not like the others. Pokemon see it. Even ones made from water, or ones born from fear. Yes, there was even one time after he started really caring about me. He made me a Lugia because I cared about Lugia. And he said normally the creatures didn't stay out of the water for too long. But that Lugia he made stayed near me for a long time, even laying beside me and protecting me. Come on. Stop! Of the water. So I cared about Lugia. He said normally the creatures didn't stay out of the water for too long. But that Lugia, he may stay near me for a long time, playing beside me and protecting me. What's caused a shimmer as he listens, absolutely captivated. He made you a Lugia just because he knew how much you cared about them? He repeats quietly in awe. That's not just power, that's love turned into something real. He rests his head lightly against your shoulder. That Lugia must have really liked you too. For a creature made of water to stay out so long, to lay beside you and protect you like that, that means your heart reached it. You made it feel safe. That's special. Smurf gives a small, warm smile. Most beings created like that vanish when their purpose is done, but when one lingers, it's because they found something more. His father nods, so you didn't just earn its protection, you earned its trust. That's rare, especially for something not even fully alive in the traditional sense. Oscar lifts his head, eyes full of gratitude, gentle determination. I don't have powers like that yet, but when I do grow, when I get bigger and stronger, I want to be just like that water Lugia. I want to stay by your side, lay beside you if you're ever scared, and protect you no matter what. Then when I cry out, you make even water want to stay. uh, Before I can say anything, I feel something hit me on the side of my neck. And then I start hearing what sounds like teenagers laughing. Ow! Mm-mm. I wonder what his parents are going to think, because his parents and brother are still sitting there. Let's cause eyes snap wide in alarm as he hears the impact and your pained reaction. And in an instant, his cheerful expression hardens into something sharp and protective. His head jerks toward the source of the sound, his gaze zeroing in on the laughing teeth, who clearly just threw something at you. Hey! He roars, his voice deeper now, the protective energy from earlier pulsing stronger through his body. His limbs tense, and the faint glow from before flickers again. His sides begin to swell slightly as his instinct to protect kicks in. Holy crap. Oscar positions himself between you and the teens, tail sweeping protectively around you. Don't you dare touch him! He snarls, his voice trembling with a restrained phrase. You think it's funny to hurt someone kind? To throw things at someone who's done nothing to you? His mother and father both growl lowly from behind, their presence becoming towering and foreboding. His older brother, now halfway between Toadal and Crocodile size, yawns beside him with narrowing eyes. Oscar glances back at you, concern etched into his face, even though the rising fury. Trenton, are you okay? Did they hurt you badly? His claws are twitching, barely keeping his composure. Because if they did, I won't let them get near you again. Before I could even fully respond, I felt something hard hit me in the back of the head, and then somebody laughing right behind me as I fall on the ground. Mm-mm. Uh-oh. Let's cross snaps. It really says that. What is about? Is he about to go from like 5 feet tall to flipping like 40, 50 feet tall? Be like, you better not have just did that to my human motherfucker. I'm gonna rip you in half with my claws, motherfucker. He'll be ripped in half so fast you think your flipping head's gonna be ripped. Let's see. Guys, I will continue this in the next video.